It's exciting Indiana high school football on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Tonight's broadcast is driven by Greg Hubler Ford and brought to you by Werner Financial, by Universal Roofing, by the Mower Shop, Genesis Sports Performance, Peterman Heating and Cooling, and by Dreyer Reinbold Infinity. Indiana high school football on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
We're joining you live from IndianaHighSchoolSports.com for this matchup of the Monroe Central Golden Bears and the South Adams Starfire. My name is Colin Eccles, joined by my partner Vince Reimer, as you know, and we're back for another week of Friday Night Lights. Before we get too far into this matchup, I want to go ahead and let you guys know you can follow us on the X app, formerly known as Twitter, at INDHS Sports, for all of your Indianapolis and Muncie area needs, short clips, and interviews as well. You can also head to our website, IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. If you click on the Muncie link or the Indianapolis link at the top of the page, you will see over on the right side a QR code that you can scan. And when you scan that code, you can sign up for live text updates so you don't miss a beat with your favorite school. And we are going to let you know now the sun is right in our face, so we're going to do the best to keep the glare off the screen for you guys. But nonetheless, we are set for a good matchup. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a couple of moments after we hear from some of our sponsors that make these broadcasts possible every week, and we'll get into the pregame show for this good matchup, rivalry matchup at that, of Monroe Central hosting South Adams on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
Hi, my name is Jason Werner of Werner Financial, an independent investment firm here in Indianapolis. With 10 years of experience as an independent advisor, we provide value to our clients by creating customized investment solutions ranging from managed personal portfolios, 401k planning, and income distribution for retirement plans. We have built Werner Financial with a strong focus in research, diligence to all of our plans, and strong communication with every client. We would love the opportunity to show you our process with a no-cost consultation to discuss your financial future.
Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, or just looking to get back into shape, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility. Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459 or visit them at GenesisSportsPerformance.com.
Time for bed.
Story, please, Daddy.
Which one would you like tonight?
Free furnace, free furnace.
We read that one all last month.
But it's my favorite.
All right, one more month. Once upon a time, there was a trusted, friendly company called Peterman Brothers who sought to provide a free furnace to all.
Was it really free?
It was. For whenever someone bought a qualifying AC system, the furnace was indeed free. Just visit petermanhvac.com to schedule online.
We're back live on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com for this matchup of the Monroe Central Golden Bears and the South Adams Starfires. Once again, Colin Eccles joined by Vince Reimer. Vince is finally on the mic. Was upstairs doing some much-needed camera work for us, getting things set up and ready to roll so you guys have the best view on your screens. And once again, we do apologize about that glare. Hopefully here in an hour, when that sun goes down, your picture's going to get a whole lot better. But, Vince, I was talking about it a little bit while you were upstairs getting that done. Tonight is a big night for these two teams because this is a rivalry that has been budding since 2018. And only one time has Monroe Central been able to top South Adams. That came in 2021, where the Golden Bears were able to take the win 23-0. In 8 games, Monroe Central has taken 1 away. And on top of that, tonight is could be the last time that these two teams play each other in the regular season, which makes this an even bigger win or go home situation for Muncie Central. Do you go 2-7? Do you go 1-8? It's a big night.
Yeah, there's a lot at stake here. It makes for an interesting storyline. Everything becoming a lot more personal, and you want to, for history reasons, get that W tonight. But for Monroe Central, yes, it's an uphill battle. They haven't had great luck against South Adams in the past, as they're a very reputable program. So it's going to be key here for Monroe Central to stop the run early, make sure that they slow down the attack of South Adams. It's going to be an interesting matchup tonight in the quarterback position. We've got two solid quarterbacks here for South Adams Starfires. There's Owen Warner, the 5'11 senior. His quarterback rating this year right below 75, but he's thrown for 519 yards, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Definitely a reliable option in the air. But for Monroe Central, the Golden Bears, quarterback Lane Wilson. He's a junior, 6 feet tall. He's thrown so far 461 yards on the year, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Has an 85 QBR right now. It's going to be an interesting matchup from both quarterbacks.
Both teams having a down year so far. For the first time since 2019, South Adams has dropped out of the top 10 rankings in Class 1A. They currently sit at 16 with a 2-2 record to begin their season, leading the way for them, like you said, senior quarterback Owen Warner. Head into Week 5, putting up some pretty impressive all-purpose numbers already. I mean, you look at it, over 500 yards and 5 touchdowns so far this year.
Yeah, he's been extremely impressive, but in the backfield, he's got a lot of help. There's Colton Ballenbacker, he's on the year, has 41 carries, 230 yards, and 3 touchdowns. But they also have an impact freshman on the squad, Wes Somerset, 6'2", 180 pounds, and instantly ready to play for this team. He's caught 6 balls for 81 yards and a touchdown. So it's going to be interesting to see the young gun get some action tonight.
The South Adams, like you said, a very balanced offensive style. The 511 total passing yards in the year paired with 426 yards on the ground. Not a one-dimensional team that we're going to be seeing from the Starfires tonight by any means, which, as we know, is a very big thing, especially at these lower levels of schools in the IHSAA. If you have an offense that can run the ball well, and also in times where it's needed, or even times where you just need the big player can make the big play, air it out and pick up some big yards as well, that is huge in being able to top an opponent that just sticks mainly to one or the other.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of versatility from the teams that we've covered this year, so it's going to be interesting to see how this game starts out. As we mentioned before the game, South Adams 2-2 on the year, Monroe Central 1-3. South Adams comes in here with a very reliable offensive line, too, headed at center. Diesel Ziegler at 6'4", 335 pounds. The senior, he's the big man up front that's going to lead the attack as South Adams looks to get started tonight. As for Monroe Central, a stacked defensive line with good size. On the inside at the nose tackle, Logan Horn, 6'4", 290 pounds. He's got 14 tackles on the year and a sack to go with that. And on the outside, Elijah Goodspeed, 6'2", 190 pounds, fast off the edge, 22 tackles and a sack as well for him.
On the opposite sideline for the Golden Bears, also coming into this game with a rough start to the year. 1-3 is the start to their season. Losses have been by pretty large margins as well, especially Week 3, a 41-6 loss to North Decatur. Quarterback Lane Wilson so far, though, not too bad of a start to the year. Almost 500 yards total, 4 touchdowns, but those 2 interceptions are really what's holding him back from breaking this offense open and really turning him into a powerhouse in the air.
Yeah, both quarterbacks sitting with 2 interceptions on the year. I actually don't expect this game to be too much of a gutsy call game. I expect them to lead with the run and see how that develops throughout the course of the contest tonight. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how these matchups go. We're announcing a 1A game again, so both teams playing a lot of two-sided football, both lines very active. And from what we've seen so far this year, these two-sided teams that play, a lot of players play both sides of the ball. We've seen some injuries this year and some unfortunate luck. So hopefully tonight we see a healthy, heated contest. And one, like we said, could be the last times these two teams play.
The killer that I see offensively right now from the Golden Bears is the lack of scores. You know, spreading the ball throughout the entire offense, especially with some of your skill guys. Credit 8 of the team's total 13 touchdowns, split evenly at 4 apiece between Wilson and fullback Jeremiah Olam. Would you say being able to get some other guys involved in the scoring aspect more consistently is going to be something that can break an offense open and really turn a season around for Monroe?
Yeah, I think they're going to have to get more players involved here. You can't rely on one man in particular to be your scoring option. In this case, Jeremiah Olam with 4 touchdowns on the season. So from Monroe Central, before the postseason, they're going to have to look at some other options and make sure they have some help when it comes to scoring in the red zone. Both of these teams, need a little more from their outside players in order to step up. The quarterbacks and run game seem to do most of the heavy lifting here. So on the outside for South Adams, we're really looking for Derek McKean and Caden Nuschenwander to really step up tonight, catch some more touchdowns. They've each got one on the year for South Adams. As for Monroe Central, on the outside, you've got Brylan Case, Carter Duncan, each with a touchdown on the year themselves. So you have options on the outside. It's just a matter of if Wilson and Warner are going to find their men tonight.
And then from the defensive aspect, I like the Starfire's defense, especially statistically, just looking at them on paper. You look at it, especially that linebacking core, Connor Fear, Nathan Plattner, and Hayden Brown, 20 tackles for Fear, 28 tackles for Plattner, and 33 tackles for Brown of the total 306 tackles that this defense have. And then you go to the secondary at Colton Bollenbacher, 21 tackles and 3 interceptions. Between those 4 alone, that is where a lot of your defensive production is coming in. With those 3 interceptions, it could be a tough night in the air for the Monroe Central offense.
Yeah, Bollenbacher does a lot for this team. Runs the ball often, also on defense playing strong safety, having 3 interceptions. That's a guy you got to look out for. He's got the endurance and can play the marathon of a game here, so you're going to have to look out for Bollenbacher on defense.
The other one I like is right up front, Luke Bauman, the junior, number 66, 22 tackles on the year, 3 tackles for a loss, 2 of those being sacks. If he can get off the ball quickly, cause some disruption in the backfield, that strong run game for the Golden Bears offense is also going to struggle a lot tonight. I think really the defensive aspect for South Adams is going to be the make or break point in this game.
Absolutely huge. We're just now under 4 minutes away from action tonight. Looking forward to the national anthem coming up here. Another interesting fact for Monroe Central, Coach Hochstetler's son on the squad is a tight end. Will Hochstetler, 6 foot, 170 pounds. It's his senior year. He's only caught 3 balls on the year for 21 yards, so it's going to be interesting to see how they get him involved.
I will say this, too, looking at the rundown sheet that I received from Monroe Central earlier this week, Will Hochstetler listed as a tight end, but also listed as a second fullback. Look for him a lot to be used out of the backfield as that extra kind of bowling ball up front to run down some of those defensive guys on South Adams and give some of that open field to Jeremiah Olam. If Jeremiah Olam can have a successful night tonight, 4 touchdowns, 20 carries, 147 yards so far on this season, if he can have a successful night tonight and be able to consistently produce even when the air game is not, that sets up quarterback Lane Wilson and the Bears offense in a much, much better position than they otherwise would be.
Yeah, and last thing from me real quick, even though we've seen each quarterback throw 2 interceptions, limiting turnovers is going to be a big deal tonight. Monroe Central, 6 fumbles on the year. South Adams, 4 fumbles.
We're going to be back in just a few minutes after the national anthem runs here at Monroe Central High School. We'll be back for kickoff of Monroe Central and South Adams on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
The Mower Shop in Fishers is the one-stop shop for all of your lawn maintenance needs. We have a huge selection of Honda and Toro lawnmowers in stock and even more to choose from online. Plus, we carry parts and accessories with super fast shipping. Just need maintenance or repairs? We offer that too. And we'll even deliver. The Mower Shop, family owned for more than 20 years. Visit our showroom just west of State Road 37 in Fishers or shop online at
The interior of an Infiniti is thoughtfully designed to be all about you. And by you, we mean every version of you. Because there's luxury you can feel, and there's luxury that lets you feel. Infinitely you. Experience luxury like never before in a 2023 Infiniti QX80 at your local Infiniti retailer.
Hi, my name is Jason Warner of Warner Financial, an independent investment firm here in Indianapolis. With 10 years of experience as an independent advisor, we provide value to our clients by creating customized investment solutions ranging from managed personal portfolios, 401k planning, and income distribution for retirement plans. We have built Warner Financial with a strong focus in research, diligence to all of our plans, and strong communication with every client. We would love the opportunity to show you our process with a no-cost consultation to discuss your financial future.
The interior of an Infiniti is thoughtfully designed to be all about you. And by you, we mean every version of you. Because there's luxury you can feel, and there's luxury that lets you feel. Infinitely you. Experience luxury like never before in a 2023 Infiniti QX80 at your local Infiniti retailer.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
Time for bed.
Story, please, Daddy.
Which one would you like tonight?
Free furnace, free furnace.
We read that one all last month.
But it's my favorite.
All right, one more month. Once upon a time, there was a trusted, friendly company called Peterman Brothers who sought to provide a free furnace to all.
Was it really free?
It was. For whenever someone bought a qualifying AC system, the furnace was indeed free. Just visit petermanhvac.com to schedule online.
We're back live on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. It's the Monroe Central Golden Bears hosting the South Adams Starfire. We are just before kickoff. The coin toss currently taking place. And these two teams about to take the field for what could possibly be the last time that we see this rivalry during the regular season. Like we talked about in pregame, the only time that Monroe Central has been able to top South Adams in 2021 with a 23-0 victory, which I was told was an absolute classic of a mud ball, just pouring down rain, mud all over the field. Doesn't get much better than that for some Friday night football. And by the looks of it, it is going to be Monroe Central taking control of the ball to start this one off. South Adams kicking away. And we are going to see possibly one of the greatest matchups that we've seen all year. I know last week, Yorktown and Delta was very, very exciting. We loved that one. That was a great one to be a part of and get to broadcast and cover. A whole lot of fun. Delta came away with the win in that one. We're back at Delta one more time this year, actually, for the very last game of the regular season, and that is when they will host the new Palestine Dragons. I was actually wrong. It'll be Monroe Central kicking away to South Adams. To kick for the Golden Bears is Nick Hendrickson. And that will put a high-power South Adams offense on the field to begin this game. In the first quarter, Hendrickson waiting on the first whistle. And then we can be underway. South Adams visiting the Monroe Central Golden Bears. There's the whistle. And here comes the kick. Kick is away. It's a short one, and it is going to be fielded and stopped inside the 30 in South Adams territory. The returner on that kick, Burton Lefevre.
Yeah, not sure what the idea was behind that. Definitely a shorter kick there. Don't know if he was trying to squib it, but you mentioned there right before kickoff, we've been blessed all this year so far with great weather this season. It's going to be interesting to see during postseason time if that ends up changing.
Owen Warner will bring his offense onto the field for the first time tonight for the Starfire. He starts off in the gun, two receivers to his right side. Puts a man in motion. Warner, little pooch pass forward, taking it around the edges. Neuenschwander, and Neuenschwander is going to be brought down, flag on the field, and I believe this is going to be a face mask. Looked like his head jerked down a little bit. So for now, it is a second down and 11. We'll wait on the official call from the referees.
Yeah, really interesting situation when he went out of bounds there. You don't usually see that. He wouldn't go down, and that time may have been to his advantage, but definitely got to watch any face masks going forward.
And it is a 15-yarder against the Golden Bears, which will set South Adams up in some good field position to start their offensive drive. And it'll be a fresh set of downs, and they will start this new set from the 44-yard line on their own side. Warner in the gun once again. Whistles blow. Warner, another pitch to the outside to Bolenbacher. Bolenbacher with some running room, and he will track his way down for a 9-yard pickup, and we'll call that second down and 2. Hurry up offense. Warner already back in the gun. Man in motion is Neuenschwander. Dropping back to pass. Warner complete to Somerset, and Somerset's got a good pickup. Takes it all the way inside the 35 in Monroe Central territory. It'll be another Starfire first down, and they are chugging their way down the field in this opening possession.
Yeah, that time good first down play by Somerset. He's the one who got face masked early on that play. But quickly we see the Starfires moving up the field inside the opposing team's 50.
Warner in the gun, quick handoff to Bolenbacher, and Bolenbacher's got a few yards, but it's not going to be much. Maybe a pickup of 3, second down and 7 for South Adams.
Yeah, Bolenbacher has the name for a running back and the game for a running back. Very tough, very steady out there running the ball up the middle.
Gun set again for Warner. Puts Somerset in motion. Looking to the left side, fires a bullet towards the sidelines. It's complete. And reeling that one in, Derek McKean, the sophomore, moves the chains once again for South Adams. First down and 10.
Yeah, that was a very smooth connection. I'm impressed so far with Warner's play at quarterback, taking his time, not rushing anything, and a great delivery to McKean.
Set is on the 16. Another handoff to Bolenbacher. Bolenbacher, nice job reading the defense, bounces to the outside and wrestled down after the pickup of 7. Second down and 3 for the Starfire, now inside the 15-yard line of Monroe Central.
They're doing a great job of changing up play calls and not wasting any time. They like to go fast here.
Second down and 4. Warner in the gun, 2 to his left. Warner fumbles the ball, and luckily Bolenbacher with some good field awareness to hop right back on top of it. It'll set up a third down and 8 for the Starfire offense. Set up on, I believe, the 15-yard line exactly.
Seems like that's the only thing that could halt the speed they were going at. That's not a 5th fumble on the year. They've only lost 1. But you have to imagine this kind of control might be an issue for the squad.
But a very fast-paced offense, especially on this first drive, not going to the huddle, running some quick action. And again, it's Warner dropping back to pass out of the gun. Plenty of time back there in the pocket. Has to tuck it and run to his left. Fires a floater to the end zone, and it is nearly hauled in, but broken up right at the end. That was Somerset who almost brought it down. And give some credit to the defensive back. Looks like that was Ullum who was able to come in and break it up in the end zone.
There was a lot of adjusting that needed to happen in order to reel that ball in, and he made 2 great pivots and attempts at that. I really thought he had that hauled in, but nonetheless, 4th and 8 here.
4th down and 8. Warner in the gun, back to pass. Again, plenty of time. Lofts one towards the far side, and it is going to be incomplete, out of bounds. Can only assume a miscommunication between him and the receiver, and that is going to be a turnover on downs for South Adams after a very promising start to that opening drive. And it'll give the Golden Bears their first offensive possession. No score here in the first quarter, 9:47 remaining on the game clock.
Yeah, we have a good idea, though, from that one drive, what to expect from the identity of this team on offense. They love to go fast. They do a good job with mixing up plays. They have a lot of options and a lot of different dynamics that they like to look at. So here's our first look at the Monroe Central Golden Bears on offense.
Lane Wilson starts under center and will open with a bubble screen complete to Carter Duncan. Duncan with some running room, and Duncan will take this almost to the 40-yard line. A big pickup on that first offensive play. The spot will be at the 43 in Monroe Central territory. Heck of a play call to start this one.
Yeah, it may have been because he was on the sidelines and had a good angle there, but that's exactly why you got to play to the whistle. They were expecting him to go out of bounds, and he took advantage of it, picked up a few extra yards there.
First down and 10 for the Golden Bears from their own 43. Wilson under center. Wilson, handoff going up the middle I believe, to Ullum. And it's going to be a pickup of 3 on the play. Call it 2nd down and 7 for the Golden Bears.
One thing I noticed is Lane Wilson's definitely the biggest quarterback I've seen this year. He's set great in the lower body. Those legs definitely are something that he can use to his advantage. 225 pounds. I'd have to think, too, he can run the ball a little bit.
Wilson under center. Puts a man in motion. It's another handoff going up the middle, this time again to Ullum, and Ullum is not going to get very far. Might get a couple on the play. Call it 2nd down. Call it 3rd down and 6 from Monroe Central.
Tough call here. First 3rd down of the night for the Golden Bears. They've had some pretty reliable run plays so far, but it's going to be interesting to see what they come out here with.
3rd down and 6 from their own 47-yard line. Under center again is Wilson. Wilson back to pass, has time, floats one across the middle, and it is incomplete. The intended target, Will Hochstetler.
That time Hochstetler looked like he was going on his route, just didn't look back in time. The ball was tipped maybe in his range, but just didn't time it correctly. So now 4th and 7 here for the Golden Bears.
And Hochstetler had a lot of running room in front of him if he was able to haul that in. 4th down and 6 for Monroe Central.
First
back to punt is Ullum, and that is sent sky high. Not going to get very far at all, and then takes a Starfire bounce on top of it. They'll start at their own 36. Some decent field position for South Adams to take back over. Still no score, and we've got 7:50 left in quarter number 1.
Yeah, not what we expected to see with the punt there, but nonetheless, Starfires get the ball back around where they started the game off of the kickoff. So we've seen one very promising drive from the Starfires, one big play on offense from the Golden Bears. Not many big plays so far, but let's see what the Starfires have next.
1st down and 10. Warner will stick with the gun formation. 2 receivers to his left. Coming a man across is D. And a handoff up the middle is going to be for a pickup of 3. And that was D on the run. Call it 2nd down and 8 for the Starfires.
Yeah, sneaky play call there. Good pickup of a few yards by D. It's his first carry of the evening.
Warner in the gun, tries a hard count, gets no one to jump, goes back to his sideline for a new play call. Warner, handoff to Bullenbacher. Bullenbacher towards the near side. He's going to have some running room. Finally tripped up and wrapped down. Just short of the 1st down marker. 3rd down in inches. When referees are going to give him the first down on that play. And 8